All right, hey. Oh God, don't make that face, dude. Do not make that face. Hey, Raider Nation, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another great episode of the UnPhiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones. Phil Robinson just getting off of work, joining me. We're gonna get locked and loaded. Oh man, what a wild and crazy weekend we had, my friend.
Man, isn't it wild and crazy? Although looking at it, we are less than a week away from pads now. So we are looking at real football. You got that? Knock on wood if you're with me. I don't hear no fucking knocking. Thank you.
Damn. Got me knocking like Jehovah's Witness. Anywho, that being said, Phil, the chaos. I just want to clarify something with the fans. Yeah, I know you're gonna be like, Phil, shut that shit up, but no, I'm gonna say it. I just want to say, I apologize for absolutely none of the comments I made on Friday. Not one, not two, not three. I don't apologize for it because I spoke the truth. Okay? Two, the thing of it is, we're adults. We can have constructive criticism. It's not hating on somebody. It's not trying to wish bad on somebody. It's just we see things that need to be adjusted right away. And you're in year 7 of your career, you know, it's a little irritating to see. So it's not hate. It's not bashing. It's really criticism. It's just constructive criticism. And if you're at the age where you can't handle it, then, you know, you got some growing up.
I'll take it a step
A lot
further.
of people in life deal with that. A lot of people on their jobs deal with that. If you have people like me and Phil, oh, there we go. Then, you know, that's a problem. It's a valid problem.
Yeah.
So, you know what you do? You just go and say, hey, you know what? I need to let people know. I got to let them know. It's not hate. It's just, I'm here to tell you the truth on what he needs to work on, what he's struggling on, because apparently these teams see it. And if you don't hit on it now, you know, hey, yeah, it's just going to be a circle, continue over and over and over again, you know?
Absolutely. And to your point, let me clarify. Let's make my own little brand of statement here. I hope that Derek Carr takes every single thing I've said, every single thing I've written, and shoves it right back down my throat. Because in order for that to happen, that means the Las Vegas Raiders are winning football games. They're playoff bound. They're making a deep run, and Carr is in consideration for MVP. That would make me happy. It would make me happy as a clam to have my mentions flooded with Carr supporters telling me how wrong I was and how I didn't know anything and I should shut my mouth. Because while you guys are doing that, I'll be basking in a winning season. That being said, what me and Phil Jones talk about is called football. If you want to get mad because we're having football discussions and we're pointing out critiques that involve the game of football that's at a level that's deeper than your level of understanding, then continue to listen and be educated. Are we pompous? Are we loud? Are we brash? Do we sugarcoat it enough for the sensitive tummies? No, we don't. Because this is the unfiltered truth. You want sugar coated, go find that shit someplace else. Here we tell you like it is, how it is, what needs to happen, and what we see. You don't like it? Listen longer and watch, and it'll be explained to you why we say this. We don't go around throwing out shit randomly. There's hours of research, hours of dedication to this thing that we do to bring you this show and what our comments and our opinions. We're not experts. Who is an expert? We're all football fans, but we watch at a much more higher level than the average fan. And we are involved in the media. We talk to coaches, we talk to players, we talk to scouts, we talk to front office people, we talk to a gang of people other than other fans. So, that being said, let's continue the show.
All right, there you have it. I mean, that's what we do. And like I said, we wouldn't bullshit you. We wouldn't yank your chain. We look to find you guys the fact and nothing but that. I know a lot of you guys see nowadays in today's media where it's like, oh, they're yanking our chain. They're not giving us what we want. They're not giving us the full story and the full truth. That's what we're here for. Okay? That is what we're clear cut. That's what we're here for. Because we feel that you guys deserve a lot more than what you're hearing. Now, there's some things, you can't really say, and then you get that lawsuit on you, but you guys get the point. We're going to try to give you guys everything that you want to hear, everything about your team. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Teran, how you doing? Corey, how you doing? Rich, Herman, how you guys doing tonight? Man, blessing. Happy Monday, you guys. But moving on forward, here's some wild things I need to just get off my chest. One, right now, you guys, you're seeing photos of all the wild and amazing leaks and catch from Ruggs and Edwards. Your defense really can't touch anybody right now. The way the new CBA is set up with the whole coronavirus and whatnot, you can't touch anybody. So
not just can they not touch anybody, they're being explicitly instructed to get out of their way.
Yeah, this is like 7-on-7, but you're just covering like zone and space. That's it. So until they get the full approval, because everybody's taking the test each and every day with the corona, so it's so much you can do until this weekend coming up.
No, absolutely. And when you see these clips, it's beautiful to watch. We all get excited. We're all hyped up because nobody's seen anything football related because it looks like the NCAA is about to cancel the season.
Yeah, they already.
Yeah, we're all hoping and praying that the NFL continues along the path that they've set and outlined, and that they will press on, and the season will go on, and the show will continue, and we can all get a chance to see these Las Vegas Raiders that we've all been waiting to see.
Absolutely. And so let's just dive into training camp. I mean, you're going to have your basic day this week. I mean, so far, Nick Kwiatkowski came on during his press conference. I know Jason Witten came on during his presser. He said that working with Carr, he can roll out. He can do a little bit of this. He can command the receivers, go downfield. Those are good things you want to hear. Now, mind you, it's practice. They're not in shells. But you need that consistency of what you got going on during practice. You want him to do that during game day.
Absolutely. You want him to, you like the enthusiasm, you love it. He's building a great rapport with his quarterback. He really enjoys the way that his quarterback can escape the pocket when there's no pass rush and no real defenders on the field. And the arm strength and the touch that he shows when you're throwing on 7-on-7 and nobody's getting touched, nobody's getting breathed on. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing right now.
Yeah, I can actually agree to that one right there. Uh, Other news, Raiders had went on and brought back. I say his name, Ade. I'm about to butcher somebody's name, and then he gonna come back and
Don't
slap
do it.
me. He gonna hit me with a Stockton slap, bruh.
I'm gonna be here for it too, with a camera ready to go. The
Whatever.
next time, say his name right, Jones.
All right, so Raiders went on and brought back Ade Aruna from Tulane, 6'8" guy. I watched him back a couple years back when he was at the combine. He has that it, but he's just raw talent. And the thing of it is, I think they're gonna keep him for the time being until Max gets off the reserve list. Once he gets off that list, then I think they're still holding more. But I really do see right now there's still that strong possibility that the Raiders are going to end up signing Jadeveon Clowney either this week or next week. Quiet on that one.
So we've talked a lot about Clowney.
Yeah, and we watched it, we analyzed what we've seen from out of Clowney, and I'm just going to say this, is it amazing? Is it sexy? No. But with his presence out there, is it solid? Yes.
Is it solid? Yes. But the reality is when you go back and you look at the numbers, Jadeveon Clowney did not.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, he's driving on the road. You guys bear with me.
Am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I know you driving on that road out in Cali. You out in the dead spot.
Down them hills. But so Clowney barely had a better season than Cleveland Farrell. And you're already talking about moving Farrell into defensive tackle, and he was your number 4 draft pick last season. So bringing him in when he barely outperformed a rookie, it doesn't look quite as good as it does when you say his name, Jadeveon Clowney. And if you bring that hefty price tag, then it really doesn't look as good. Now, as you said, to your point, is he solid? Yes. Is he definitely is he better than Benson Mayowa? He didn't get as many sacks, but
no, I wouldn't say he's definitely better than Benson Mayowa. Because I'm real here. You kept Benson Mayowa this year under Rod Marinelli. I think you get better performance. I think you get 10 times better performance out of him.
I think too.
I think you see a double-digit sack season from him. But, they went on free agency. I wish they kept either Mayowa or Jordan. But it is what it is. You got what you have right now. And I feel that guys like Arden Key, he looks like he's willing to make the effort to try to get himself in good, solid shape, packing on muscle, something that he hasn't done in the past 2 seasons here with the Raiders. You look at Farrell. Farrell looked like he's bulked back up a little bit. But I know I'm not expecting him to be about, 280, 290. Because we still need him kicking off on the edge at times. So, will we see a difference in Farrell this year? Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, the impact that Rob Marinelli is going to have on this defense is more like he's going to be overseeing the defense as a whole. He has brought in guys that are on his line, guys that he's familiar with in his linebacking core, and a guy that's familiar within his secondary. And when you have that right there, you need to start paying attention like, this don't look good for Gunther. Not one bit does not look good for Gunther. But We have to see how things play out. I mean, knowing John Gruden, this is his bud, this is his boy. He's going to let him try to see what we can see, like performance wise. With him coaching the first 2 weeks, if it's looking ugly, Marinelli's going to step in fast. I wouldn't be shocked on it. Marinelli must have not wanted him. Now you talking about Clowney? Or you talking about Mayoa? Rich? Either one. I think Mayoa just felt like low key. If it's Mayoa you're talking about, I think Mayoa felt a little bit low key disrespected. Yeah, he felt disrespected, like how he felt when the Raiders had got Mac, and then he's like, man, what the hell? He went back to Seattle. I mean, he feels satisfied over there. Let it be. It's all good. I mean, I like Mayo. I wish we kept him a little bit longer. But it is what it is. Looking at Jason Witten now, I'm just thinking about what he was saying. He's going to be that veteran presence for the tight ends. Can Jason Witten still do some of the same things that he did last year? Of course. Of course he can. Will he be taken away from Foster Moreau? I know a lot of you guys have asked about that. No, I don't see that happening. But will you see him kind of like that number 2 tight end? Yeah. They're going to be utilizing their tight ends to the point where you're going to see Waller probably kicked out wide, and you're going to have 2 tight ends right there with Foster Moreau and with Jason Witten. But you're going to see a good amount. You're going to see a good amount of Foster Moreau. I just want everybody to understand that Foster Moreau is not going to be getting benched for Jason Witten. We're going to see a lot of heavy tight end sets. We're going to end up seeing Waller getting kicked out wide at wide receiver at times. So you'll have big bodies with Waller, Tyrell Williams, maybe. Oh, again, that's weird. Brian Edwards. Yeah, you heard it. We're going to be seeing Brian Edwards. Hey, son, Joku, what's up, man? Yeah, so we're going to be seeing Brian Edwards. And the way the Raiders are going to have things set up front, it's going to be solid. So, Phil, I know you've been jumping in and back and forth. Just hitting on a few things with Jason Witten. I know a lot of folks have said that is Witten going to be trying to take time away from Boston Road? No, he's not. But the way the Raiders are going to have things set up with their play calling, they're going to have the ability to kick Waller out wide. And did I lose Phil again? Phil, you there?
I was hearing you, but bits and pieces. I'm struggling to listen. This reception out here is terrible.
I thought California was supposed to be the best.
But
what I was trying to say is,
I'm headed from the city.
What I was trying to say, they're going to be having they're still going to be utilizing Foster Moreau a lot, along with Witten and Waller. Waller's going to be playing a little bit more wide receiver from what I had heard. And then you got Tyrell Williams, so you're going to have Brian Edwards on the outside. You're going to be able to run. You can run a lot of play action with these guys. You can be solid with what you have up front. So I don't think it's going to be a big problem having Witten, Foster Moreau out there, and then having Waller kicked outside at receiver. And I lost him again. Damn. Damn, he needs Verizon. He need to get rid of that damn Xfinity. But I mean, hey, like I said, I hope he heard what I said, but what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys like the idea of seeing Waller being kicked out the wide receiver a couple of times, having that 2 tight end set with Foster Moreau and Jason Witten, and then either having Brian Edwards or Tyrell Williams out there out wide? I know everybody's like, well, what about Ruggs? I mean, you're going to have Ruggs, but I'm just saying this is a package that you could probably be seeing coming up this season. And the thing about it, it sets up good in the run game. So that is beautiful for Josh Jacobs. Or if you're smart with it, you can do some real damage and say, hey, you know what? This play, we're not going to have Josh Jacobs in. We're going to have Lynn Bowden Jr. in, and we're going to motion him out, and he's going to run a crossing route, or he'll run a wheel route downfield, and that's going to be a matchup nightmare from hell. Yeah.
Whew, about damn time. I'm at the mercy.
So what do you think, Bill? Before I lose you again. I lost him again.
The thing is that this will be the year final chance to see, right? Just, man, I want to throw this phone so bad right now. You have no.
I lost Bill again, damn. Boy, you gotta find some good reception, boy. I'm telling you, you're killing me. Ghost in the machine. All right, but look, once he clears up, I know his interference is breaking up. I don't know why. Sucks, but there are gonna be this playbook is really gonna be able to open up this year. Yes, Gruden loves his 3 tight end set with dual running backs, but I'm going to say this right here. I think Gruden is expected to run not just Wildcat, but we're going to see pistol formation. So you're going to see Marcus Mariota out there. You're going to see a couple of formations. And you know what? I'm probably going to stay up late tonight. I'll probably draw some formations for you guys to be able to see. This was something that I caught that they were running last year. They ran it one time and then they audible out of it. And I think that's why I get frustrated with Derek Carr. I'm like, run it. If you're going in a pistol formation, run it. Don't just settle for the gun formation. Run that pistol formation, because I'm going to tell you this. They had so much positivity coming from out of that formation back during the time, I think, 2016, 2017 when they were running it? No, it was 2016 when they ran it. When they had it with Latavius Murray. They had a high percentage rate running that pistol formation whether it's run, play action. I'm just going to be real here. I feel like they need to go back and try to run it more, because it started to freeze a lot of teams up. And when it started to freeze them up, it was like, damn, Derek Carr could really get it done. See, that's the thing. You know, he acts like he's one read now, but back then he wasn't. And everybody tries to say it's John Gruden's playbook. It's not his playbook. I go back and look at film on Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon looks to his left, looks to his right, looks upfield. I'm going to say it, yeah. When Carr was running pistol, he looked around. He wasn't one look. I don't know why and I figured out another thing why he wants to have this quick release. He's so nervous about getting hit. And this goes back to what Lincoln Kennedy was saying. This man is, in a way, kind of like shell shocked. That's why Lincoln was saying that Gruden had installed, instead of you taking a hit, go on and throw it away. And that's why we kept seeing that more and more. Now, does he needs to break out of this? Yeah. And, Lincoln Kennedy said he took it to heart. I have to keep doing this. No, you do not. You do not. Don't be afraid to make a play. Make a play now. Because there are there are too many times that this wide open. And, you guys say he's damaged goods, stop to be something damn. But yeah, he has to really, he's got to figure it out now. Because now the spotlight is on him. And it's not just by the fan base, it's the entire league now on whether or not Derek Carr is going to try to get his groove back, or he's going to be the shell of himself. That's the problem.
Yeah,
and you got to keep your mouth shut on some things, man, and that's
maybe not. Maybe he needed that added pressure. Maybe he needed something to motivate himself to go out there and, I don't know, say something that he's never said before, in order to pump himself up to go out there and do something he's never done before. But earlier you were talking about what the Raiders can do, and I was trying to say that they now have the luxury of being a matchup quality football team and having different types of players at different positions and many different types of players at the same position in order to maximize matchups against the other team. You can run 3 tights. You can run 5 wides. You can go a fullback and a tailback. You can run power. You can run zone. You can run wildcat. You can run pistol. Gruden now has everything that he needs to open up the playbook and call everything at his disposal whenever he sees fit to do so. And I look forward to it, and I sincerely hope that he ditches his conservative persona and fucking goes for it. Because that's what we need to see. That's what he was brought in here to do, not to go 3 yards in a cloud of dirt and hang around in football games and go 7-9. We are looking for victories. We are looking for banners. We are looking for trophies. And we are looking for him to take quarterback Derek Carr and whisper something in his ear and to make him the next Raider great instead of just a leader in stats.
Yeah, I don't know why everybody's so hyped about his stats, and stats can mean nothing. Stats can be the biggest lie of them all.
Mm-hmm. You can make a stat.
But you know what's not going to be the biggest lie of them all? Your touchdowns.
Holding that banner.
Your touchdowns and your win-loss column.
Yep.
That's what tells whether or not that quarterback's getting it done. But, you saying that, Phil, something else I noticed. I felt that we saw, what's wild, Phil? I felt with the offense during preseason, we saw more to spread the field. Mm-hmm. We saw more to get more guys open. So, with that being said,
let's hold on.
That actually refutes what
let's not quite go there just yet. Hold on.
No. I'm going to say that there were plays that were opening up the field. Let's say, for example, the Cardinals game. Mm-hmm. You go back and look at that Cardinals game. I'm looking at Alec Ingold kicking out wide, motioning at wide receiver, setting up the block. I hadn't seen that all season. I look at some plays where it's like, okay, little swing pass, and then everybody sets the wall up for they set the wall up for DeAndre Washington. And then I see some other plays where there's a crossing route downfield that's about 20 yards or more, or they're running a streak right across the damn field, or they're running an option. See, the thing is, I'll say it again. I read it for you guys to hear because there's some non-believers, and I just need to get this off my chest one more time because I just don't get why folks would actually believe or not believe Lincoln Kennedy. I'm still baffled by that, Phil.
I'm even more baffled by the amount of people who've come for him.
And
like he's not the Raiders sideline reporter.
I'll read this one more time. John Gruden's offense gives every quarterback an option somewhere to go with the football. The offense is not just made. I went and took the time to study this offense, even going back to how his offense went from the time he started with the Raiders, going even towards Tampa Bay. And I'm going to say this. He can go downfield with his offense. Plenty of it. Plenty of it. The receivers, and, another thing, Lincoln said the same thing. He said this on Derek Carr. I think he had that in his mind that talent wasn't there for him, when in actuality, it was. So it tells you that you had the talent right there, which you running back, tight end, you can go to anybody. The problem is Derek needs to get into his mind that there's everybody there. There's every option there for you to go to. But until he figures that out, he's gonna keep struggling. But if he figures it out now, that could be the game changer.
What it really comes down to is seeing the entire field. When he sees the entire field, he's good. He's delivering the ball. It's where it needs to be. He's got the arm, comes with accuracy. He'll at least put the ball on his wide receivers. The problem is that when he's one of those guys that gets locked in on a receiver in the side of the field, and he never comes off of them. And as Lincoln Kennedy alluded to, there's always a place to go with the football. But when he chooses to check down to his running backs, it usually is at a bad time where they don't have much to get. They catch the ball, they turn around, they get blasted, or they got to make a move to save their life to get 5 to 6 yards, and maybe then they can pick something up. If you're gonna go with the check down, you got to go with the check down after the linebackers or the defender has vacated the area that they're going to, in which case that will allow them to get up the field quickly. And that is another one of those things that he should work on in order for this to be a successful season. The verticality in this isn't always a straight line. A lot of the times these crossing routes that you brought up, that I continue to bring up, are areas of the field which are vacated because of the crisscrossing receivers. And that's where the verticality in the offenses is most likely to come from, rather than just running goes and streaks and fades. Because let's face it, at this every athlete in here can run, regardless of how slow we might. You people, let me rephrase that. are going to win running in a straight line at this level.
Man, you were jumping all over the place right there on that last comment, but I think we get what you're coming at right there. Like you froze up and then you just said, you people, and then you ran, you can run. Can you just kind of re-clarify one more time?
Okay. So what I was saying was that people look at we are talking about the NFL, professional football league. Everybody in this league can run. Everybody in this league is the best of the best. And few receivers are going to win on a vertical route, just straight up running in a straight line or a fade of some kind. But basically, a lot of Gruden's offense is in windows and in pockets. The crossing routes are really the preferred method of getting up the field for NFL offenses because you're hoping to catch the defense off guard and to hit them either underneath or over the top with the cross into an empty area where they can turn upfield and there's nobody there, because that's the greatest way for them to create the space and separation that they need to get up the field. And so what I was saying about the running backs was that if he wants to check down, then fine, but he needs to choose his moments of checking down when the running backs have the most ability to yield yards after the catch, rather than having them catch the ball and turn around and get absolutely blasted, laid out, or hurt.
Yeah. All right. So tell me this. When you look at the receiving core going forward right now, I see we already know Ruggs, Edwards, Williams, Renfro. That's four. Jones, Aguilar. Everybody's saying, what about Rico Gafford? Phil, do you see Rico Gafford getting over Aguilar or Jones or?
No. Unfortunately, I really don't see Rico Gafford making the team as anything but practice squad. I love him, love his energy, love his speed, but there are too many guys ahead of him for him to get onto the starting lineup, unless, of course, he just manages to come into training camp this year and absolutely blow everybody away. But right now, the only two receivers that you hear in terms of blowing everybody away are the two rookies, Ruggs and Edwards. And we still have yet to lay eyes on Edwards and see what he can do, because the vast majority of the highlight clips that you see are all of Ruggs making spinning one-handed catches, jumping up high to snag a ball. But it's not the manly receiving that we're going to expect from Edwards.
Now here's my thing. And yeah, Michael, yeah, you said it. Like Zay isn't as bad as he looked last year. I mean, he had no drops. Now everybody always used to whine and complain about our receivers dropping passes, but he didn't drop not one. And if you got a guy right there that's not dropping not one pass, you got to hold on to him. You targeted him 27 times. He ended up getting 20 receptions.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm going to hold on to him.
And it's not it's not that he wasn't getting open either. He was open plenty, wide open. But the problem was that he was not getting, whatever reason, Derek Carr and his half-field reads never ever came to the left side with his crossing receiver. And more often than not, he was wide open, and to the point where broadcasters were calling him out for it. Former players were saying, yo, you got to give your guys a chance. What you hear is that he wasn't comfortable with his receivers. Oh, this guy came in the middle of the season and he didn't know. Listen, this is football. This is the game of football. A crossing route is not difficult to throw. Knowing where the guy is going to be. Listen, you watch him run enough crossing routes on tape. These guys watch tape for hours after every game and during the week. There's no way in the world that he couldn't know where Zay Jones was going to be after a couple of weeks of being on the field with him. You literally have the tape right in front of you to see what it is that he does in certain situations. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We love Derek. We love Derek. Everybody wants to see him thrive. Everybody wants to make excuses for him, but sometimes you can't make excuses for that. He's got to be able to see the entire field. Until he's able to see the entire field, that is going to be a limiting factor on the offense as well.
That's real.
And defenses are keying on it because if you go back and watch tape, watch the right side of the defense, which also constitutes with the left side of the offense. And you'll see they only look for a certain amount of routes, and they at times they will straight up stop covering the receiver because they know he's not going to come back to them and throw the ball to their receiver.
Oh, you mean how they move simultaneously and just had just reading his eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes.
Letting Derek Carr take them straight to the football.
No, that's real. And I hate to be that guy, but listening to that press conference with Jason Witten, I'm gonna be real, you guys. Be blunt. But your tight ends or your wide receivers are never gonna talk bad about you.
Unless they're AB.
You know that motherfucker don't give a shit. That's an asterisk. That's an asterisk right there. But I mean, when you look at actually Christian, no, we're actually talking about defense. We're talking about the whole offense in general. But usually have that. But anywho, I mean, that happens. I mean, can you blame him? I'm not going to talk bad about my receiver. I mean, about my quarterback. You know, this guy is supposed to be throwing the football to me. I need to encourage him. And he does need that. He needs that fire lit up in him. He needs that. So there's that. But still, I'm gonna be real right here. The one thing that's really sticking out to me right now, and I feel like a lot of people are not talking about it, our special teams. Like when I mean my special teams, not like punting. I'm talking about our field goal kicker. I'm not sold on Daniel Carlson right now.
Nor should you be.
I just don't know. It's just like, dude, he missed a lot of kicks last year. And this is where I can jump and say is not all of that is on Carr.
No.
And right there, that is a prime example. When your field goal kicker can't hit a 38 fucking yard field goal, that's a problem. You can't hit 45. You can't hit a fit. You know, he didn't even hit a 50-yard field goal this past year.
That's crazy.
That's a problem. So, you know, I'm looking at it. We got the one guy that's competing against him from Utah State. But I want to be real here. There's one guy that the Raiders can pick up. And if we pick this guy up, you know, there might be some folks that be like, you know, is that the way to go or what? I'm going to be real. I say let's go that route because we need a guy that can get it done. What's his name? Rojas?
a Rojas or something like that.
Let me see. I got it right here.
I believe that's the Giants kicker, right? Or the Giants ex kicker.
Yeah.
Let's so
Man, they ain't had all problems with the kickers, man.
yeah.
Roses. Yes, Roses, yes.
Rojas. Rosas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real, bro. I take him. He hasn't been charged or anything. I mean, what was his field goal percentage last year?
It was better
He
than
didn't.
Carlson's.
You know, look. Yeah, I know. Look. You know what? It's worth a shot, Kristen. It's worth a shot to see if he's going to get suspended or not. I mean, I don't think he. The whole case is just kind of loopy, but dude, I look at 2018. He was 32 or 33. Now last year, they didn't. The offense wasn't really generating, so he went 12 or 17. But I mean, I need a better kicker than what we got. And I know, Rich, yeah, we need to score touchdowns, not field goals. Marquette King, that boy be running his mouth too much. I wouldn't bring him back.
He's not gonna kick field goals for you.
All he does is punt for you.
And AJ Cole is good enough at that you don't need to bring Marquette King back at the exorbitant amount that Reggie was going to sign. And I doubt very seriously he's going to be ready to take the vet minimum. But for Rosas, it's like this. Good kickers are hard to find, and few teams get rid of a good kicker because it's you need one far too much. Because while you need while you need touchdowns instead of field goals, when you line up to kick a field goal, you need to know that you're getting 3 points.
Yeah.
Because 3 points is still better than none, and every little bit helps.
I'm gonna be real, Rich. You know, there were some games where it needed to come down to a field goal. You know, I go on and say, damn, shit, that Minnesota game, you're indoors and you missed it.
Oh, bad. No excuse for that. Absolutely none.
So, I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I mean, Seabass is done, man. I think they tried to ask Seabass if he wanted to come back. My man was like, I'm done. I don't have the umph anymore. You know, you gotta look. Them ligaments, he ain't the same. You done warm out, you done stretched it out, doing all that kicking. My man is sitting back, drinking, and just sitting back and chilling.
Living the life.
The man has played a long career. The man is like, I ain't running after nobody on no damn kickoff return.
Nope.
And
you know he's old now. Them hips are starting to go. He can't quite get that leg around like he used to.
He got them sausage legs, man. He can't be running around like that.
No.
Clowney, is he going? Is he going anywhere? I mean, Christian, I hit on it earlier, but I'll say it again. He's solid. I wouldn't mind us picking him up. You know, right now we got Ade Aruna. We just went on and re-signed him back to the team due to Max Crosby. He's out right now. He's on the reserve COVID list. Hopefully he gets off of that. But adding Clowney, you know, he can create turnovers. That's one thing. That's the reason why I say we can bring him in. Do I say we pay Clowney about 10, 12 million? No.
No.
I give Jadavion Clowney probably about maybe 8 mil, but really he's getting about 7 mil. The other mil is probably about an incentive and whatnot. I just would not give him 10 mil or more. Reason why they're talking about playing Farrell at D tackle, and it's not D tackle like on every single down. They're talking about putting Farrell in there inside, like for passing down. So it could be in that nickel package, that 4-2-5 package.
The NASCAR package, if you will.
Yeah. You need speed and pressure inside. You can have that with Malik Collins, mix that up a little bit, or you can have it with Farrell Collins or Farrell and Hurst. There's so much you can do. That's where we're saying that you're gonna be seeing Farrell at D tackle, and then you have Ryan Nassib on the outside, and then you got Max Crosby on the other side, or excuse me, not Nassib. It's going to probably end up being Arden Key being a speed on the outside. And he can bend. He got the speed to get away from the tackle to cause pressure. He just needs to wrap up. Yeah, Collins and Hurst can handle that, but you want to give those guys a rest. You don't want to overexert them. That's why you have a rotation on your D line. If you got guys that can play inside like that, go on and do it. You do not want to overexert them. You want them fresh legs, and that was the problem last year with our defensive line. We didn't have fresh legs. That's the worst thing you can have. Have your defensive linemen being out there longer than what they should be. Yeah, they may look like, damn, we got some fast big boys, but I'm going to tell you this. When the second half hits, they will start to slow down.
Man, big boys with hands on the hips are useless players.
Yep.
That is when you know that you aren't getting anything out of them because they're too busy sucking air. And to the whole NASCAR package thing, it all circles back to what I said about matchup football. They've done the Raiders, Gruden and Mayock have done a fantastic job of acquiring talent and different types of talent for different types of situations, for different types of players and formations and strategies moving forward to better suit them against their opponents. The Raiders are going to mix and match and do whatever it is that they can and move guys around, bring in different guys, circulate guys to, like you said, have a rotation, have matchups that they want to exploit that they see on film. And they now have the pieces to do that in virtually every situation. So now what remains to be seen is them going on the field and actually doing it.
Yeah. You said, who do you see being our starting corners? It's going to be Trayvon Mullen, and it's going to be Princeton Mukamura.
At some point, I believe you'll see Arnett, but it won't be at the beginning of the season.
I mean, Mukamura's got to be doing bad.
Well, it's not necessarily that he's got to be doing bad. It's that Arnett has got to show up and show that he's ready for the job. Because if you remember, Mullen didn't start either.
Nah, he didn't.
But
another thing, go on, hit on that. Bro.
But when he came on, what he provided was a spark. He showed you that he could close on the football, that he could be in position to make a play, that the moment wasn't too bright. Now, he took his lumps, as every rookie will, but the fact that he was in the game, in the play, making plays, making attempts on football, which is something that was completely absent from the veterans that you saw, it was enough for him to earn a starting job this season. And perhaps that may be the same thing for Arnett, because when you look at them, they only brought in a Mukamura on a 1-year deal. Arnett is the future. He is who they expect to come in and take that job. It's just more a question of when than if. You feel me?
Yeah, Isaiah. Look, Isaiah's going to be able to get some reps. I mean, don't don't look at it as he's being banished because, like I said in the beginning, Marinelli. I feel like he's going to be overseeing this defense, and guys like Isaiah Johnson. What was his other DB that he had that we were trying to get? Was it Jones?
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones. Byron Jones was like a corner, but they used him like more like a corner safety. They're gonna probably use the same thing with Isaiah Johnson. I saw how they did Johnson in coverage at Houston, and that was something similar to that. So you're gonna see some of these guys; they're gonna get used. Okay, nobody's just gonna be sitting on the shelf. They're gonna be used and they're gonna be utilized right. You were saying they are saying Hankins has slimmed down. Yes, Jonathan Hankins has slimmed down, and he's
He
kind of
needed to.
bulking up like muscular wise. So
Been working on his body. That the benefit to that is that he's going to be able to get off the ball faster, and he keeps the strength. And ultimately, when you get to be in the league, that's what you shoot for. Is you shoot for that balance and trying to get that fat down and that heavy sluggishness down while maintaining as much strength as you can and continuing to shape your body to do that.
so
And with the weight that he's lost, they say, and you hear the reports that he's moving much better and looking much more alive and explosive coming off the line. And the key to pressure is explosion. You got to get on top of the line before they can get set up and anchored down in their stance and do what it is that they do.
so from what I was hearing with him, he's back to like that year where he was like he's back to that weight where he was in 2014.
Where he and Snacks were tearing up the middle of the.
Nah, this was before Snacks came over, and this was when he had that 7-sack season.
Before Snacks.
Yeah. So this is if he's in that state where they're saying he's back to like how he was in 2014, that's a little scary right there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little scary right there. And that's why I was really frustrated with PJ Hall. I was just like, dude, you can get there, but you're not making the effort and getting yourself in good shape. That's what pissed me off. But it is what it is. He made us. You gotta lie down, accept what you did. I just can't wait to see how we unleash Lynn Bowden Jr. Dude.
It's probably going to be one of the better kept secrets. That's probably going to be one of the better kept secrets in the NFL. They're going to tell you all types of different stuff that they're going to do with them, but I doubt very seriously that that's what actually ends up happening. In a Wildcat situation, could you have him in there? Yes. I still like Mariota over him in the Wildcat situation, but you can do multiple different things. And I know that was one of those double adjective things, but that's just how much you can do with Mariota in the Wildcat. Yeah. But Bowden is going to see a lot of work, and he may just be used as a running back. And I know they want to move him all over the place, but they may need him just to run the football. He's a bigger back than Rashard. He's fast. He's probably the fastest back in the backfield.
I mean, you're running about 4.38? Yeah.
4.38.
So with that speed and strength that he has, now mind you, if you remember how he was playing quarterback, you saw how it was so hard for folks to bring him down. And I mean, that was Virginia Tech's defense. There was no slouches on that defense.
No, and his offensive line was not the greatest. They
They
were
they, they, they were decent. They were
they
decent.
were
I'm
they.
not gonna put that O line down.
I'm not saying that
I can keep
they
my
were
eye on that O line, but they were solid. But I
yeah.
knew Virginia Tech defense was up here, and what I saw from Lynn, I was just like, holy shit! This kid is single. In a way, he's single-handedly taking them on, and he's just running them over. He's not slowing down.
Nope.
And you're watching Lynn not slow down against that defense. I'm just like, oh. I said, are you serious? He already whooped one of the players' asses at pregame. Now he's just running their asses over? Godly.
And then finished them off with the pass. The ultimate coup de grace. Faked it, stopped, pulled up, dropped one over their heads, and ran off the field, leaving them with their mouths open. That's what you need. You need a winner, somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes, willing to put the entire offense on his shoulders and
Yep.
carry them.
Does Javin White need to bulk up?
Slightly.
A little bit, yeah.
Slightly. Weight is good for every rookie that comes into the NFL has got about at least 5 to 10 pounds to put on.
Yeah. Would I say Javin White, was he going to make this defense? Is he going to make this team? Yeah, he's going to make this. I see him making this team, bro.
He got to start.
The speed that we need at the linebacking core, you know it, and I know for damn straight well. If you can have a linebacker that can kick out and cover the slot, that's going to be a help. Same with Tanner Muse. We need that. Why do you think Arizona's defense was able to hold down a lot? Why do you think Tampa Bay's defense had been decent at times?
Speed.
They had a speedster linebacker. They had a linebacker that was like a converted safety playing linebacker. Even the Rams had that. So when you look at those NFC teams having that, I feel there was success.
Yeah, a lot of success, a great deal of success. And sometimes those super fast linebackers were able to cover for secondary deficiencies, being able to take backs out of an offense, being able to take tight ends away from the offense, and making the jobs of the secondary easier. And it never, ever hurts to have a linebacker with speed blitzing off the edge.
Oh, absolutely.
And one thing that we haven't talked about Javin White's ability is his ability to lay hit. He brings the lumber. He brings the leather and can lay the lumber. And with a couple extra pounds to go at that speed, his hits will dislodge the football and create turnovers. And so I like the move a lot. I like him to make the team. Is he going to start? Probably not. But I would like for him by the end of the year to be pushing for playing time.
But that speed on special teams, that's going to be a solid.
Huge.
You have him coming downfield through his lane and then
huge. He may call it may be a special team Pro Bowler. He's got the skill set for it.
But I mean, you got to really go back. You really look at it now with the defense. You got guys that were considered starters are now, coming in as your backups. And I feel like they're in a better situation. I mean, some folks say, like, it looks good on paper right there, but when you have that, like, oh, he was your starter for the past 2 years, but now you upgraded and have another starter now. I'm gonna be real here. That's what the Raiders needed. Uh Dodd, I haven't heard anything else from on Max. Hopefully he'll be all right. He should be back with the team hopefully by next week.
In time for pads, hopefully.
I mean, like I said, I mean the defense, you got more pieces now. They upgraded. You just need these guys to just come in, take care of work. That's it. That's all it is. Now with your schemes and whatnot, most of these guys now they can understand it and they can comprehend it. So should they be having any problems with anything? No, they shouldn't. Not one damn bit. So you know how I am. No excuses.
None.
No excuses on defense this year. And there's the door for Paul Gunther, and then in comes Rob Marinelli walking in to take over. The same goes for offense. If Derek Carr does not do what he is asked to do, there's the door. Then you had Marcus Mariota. That's
And
the thing this year. They got a whole contingency plan set up where I don't have to stick with this guy for the entire season. So
can't get it done, you'll be replaced. That is the Gruden way. And one of the things that we will have to bear with is the youth of this team. The youth of this team is its strength and its greatest weakness. These guys have to learn. The NFL have to learn in under the most drastic of conditions and circumstances, but they are expected to come in and play and contribute a great deal to this football team, as they should. These guys they brought in are the best of the best. When you rank these after drafts and go back and look, Ruggs was the best receiver in this class until Braylon Edwards might be not Braylon, but Brian Edwards may be the steal of this draft. Hunter Renfro came out of nowhere and was more than solid, was 11th in average yards of separation. And you look at these guys. Abrams was supposed to be a difference maker, but didn't get a chance to play because he got hurt. Yeah. Josh Jacobs damn near led the league in rushing until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So these guys are coming in with a large role to play, and they are the right guys for the job, but they got to grow into the job. They got to get their feet wet, and they got to hold up and prove it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Michael. You got a point there. But, hey, other than that, I ain't going to try to keep rambling on. We've hit on everything that we found out about today. Dropped our little thoughts and input. We're back at it on Friday.
Yes, sir. With a lot less interruptions.
I know, right?
A lot less interruptions.
That being said, that's going to be the end of the Unfiltered Truth. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Going to give the show, you can catch the recap on our YouTube page, The Unfiltered Truth. On where I'm just spinning in and out. That is getting weird lately. But I figured that's StreamYard. I don't know, like a lot of people have been getting on StreamYard now. It's a good streaming service where you can have your stuff put up on multiple platforms. So I think a lot of folks are starting to use that now. I love it. But like I said, recap the show on my Periscope, recap it on the Unfiltered Truth YouTube page. Go on and subscribe to that. The more subscribers, the better. We want everybody to be able to see the show and get the truth. I know that we've been spreading out a lot farther than what we expected. We've been getting a lot of folks watching international from the UK now. From
Appreciate
Japan
all the
now.
love.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody. We've gotten everybody from Central America watching. So Mexico, hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. That being said, y'all take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of the evening.